again for another exciting episode of the Knuckle Up. But wait, it's the Knockout Show. It's a special episode, though. Yet another milestone for Talkin Fight fans, because today, in fact, the day I get knocked out of this show and replaced
respectfully knocked out for sure.
Sent to my corner by the ref, however you want to describe it.
All right.
All good. You guys could talk about that Shakur Stevenson letdown last night. I was let down.
Oh yeah. How about the Ritson fiasco?
Yeah, I saw Last Bell talk that one up too. So
yeah. I've never seen a towel thrown back before.
I thought it was a mistake. Like
I thought I was seeing things.
Oh look, what's this doing here?
Oh, sorry, did you drop this?
That's dangerous. That's very concerning.
Yeah, definitely. But we got a couple knockouts to talk about for sure. So this is gonna be great. But Grant, we're gonna have to kick you out of the room here and talk some business.
This old veteran's being replaced by a youngster. Off I go.
That's it.
Here, I'm throwing the towel for you.
That's it. Throw that towel in, bro. What's going on, Knuckle Up fans? Thanks for joining us. You know what it is. Another episode of the Knockout of the Week. We have Cedric here joining us, coming in. Let's talk some fights, man. Let's talk some fights. Definitely.
You want to go in order from starting from the UK fights, the big knockouts first.
Yeah, definitely.
Chambers and pronounce this guy's last name properly. Bobic. Savage.
Yeah, it's Bobic.
Savage. And his punches were definitely savage because, like, every once in a while you get one of those punchers, like, they're just naturally strong. Even his jab, like a battering ram, just coming forward. Yeah, like, looks like he punches hard without even trying to punch hard. You know, some people have to emphasize using their legs, transferring their weight from the front leg to the back leg, and some guys just have that natural gift. And
they definitely do. Man, that guy, I've never seen a big guy like that close the distance in the ring that fast.
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure what his amateur background is, but it's funny because he wasn't super technically sound, but the things that he was doing were very technically good. Like, he was cutting off the ring. He was using his jab. He wasn't just throwing bombs. So he was, he technically beat him up with those power punches.
Yes, he did. You know what? It made for a really good fight. It was nice to see some big guys in there throwing it around like that. It was really impressive. Man, that guy does hit hard. He definitely hits hard.
And, I'm not sure that was heavyweight, correct?
Yes, it was. Yeah. If it wasn't, I'd be scared. If it wasn't, I'd be scared.
That made him 7-0 with 7 knockouts.
Yes.
So
he's currently carrying a perfect record.
I definitely want to follow to see how long he can keep that up.
You know what? After watching that performance, I don't think there's too much that's going to be able to derail him at the moment. You know, he's still young in his career, so he's gonna get those ladder fights. You know, those guys that are just there for him to come in and keep his hype.
Exactly, and they're exciting for the crowd. Those are the fights that you put on, early on the card to get the crowd hype.
Definitely.
I always said, not specifically with Babic, but because, like I said, he was technically doing some good things, but for the most part, people that fight in that hard crowd pleasing style. As a coach. From a fan's perspective, I love watching those fighters. But as a coach, I don't want my fighter to be one of those guys.
No, that's one of those things where you see a guy like that, you find out who he is because he's been so under the radar for so long. He's only got 7 fights. He's young, he's undefeated. And we don't get to see him. The heavyweight division doesn't make too many moves. It sits around and lags right now. It's not that hype, but like we're getting guys in there right now, like this guy. And then we got Jared Big Baby Anderson, another top ranked prospect. And if we got guys like this that are able to come in here and just do damage like this, it's gonna be an excellent heavyweight division, man.
The other thing I want to I appreciate when guys put and females too, I should say. I apologize. Put some effort into their ring walk. Babish, he came in with the Viking mask, with the thing like whatever, the gladiator look. I appreciate that. I always say, just make sure you keep that same energy up.
Showmanship
when you fight, and he definitely did.
You know what? He sold himself before he got into the ring and showed himself.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was an excellent knockout. There was another one. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. It was the Cyrus.
Yes, the body shot.
Yes.
Oh, looks like he got kicked out. I'm here live on my own. The second knockout was Cyrus Pattinson versus Yancho Markov. Yeah, the southpaw came through, straight left, and threw a right hook to the body. Now, landing a body shot, first of all, is more riskier because you have to get closer to the person. For the most part, especially if you're the taller person, you want to have mostly long, straight punches to keep make it harder on the other person to come in on you. So to land a body shot, you really have to set it up. So what he did was he was in that southpaw stance, throwing that straight left, or just mixing it up with some straight punches, then came back sat down with a right hook to the body. With that body shot, I prefer an uppercut to the body, just from personal experience, from throwing them and from receiving them as a coach wearing the body protector. I tell all my boxers, when I'm wearing a big body protector, when they're throwing them body shots, I feel uppercuts more than hooks. So I encourage to throw more uppercuts. But again, throwing body shots is more risky because you have to get closer to the person. Thinking Mike should be back on soon. Says I'm back. Keep going. So as far as knockouts, I was expecting Shakur Stevenson to come through with the knockout. His opponent, I've never heard of. I did a little bit of research on his last couple of fights, and he lost his last match to someone who, to like looked like a B- level competitor. So I was expecting Shakur Stevenson. There we go.
I got knocked out myself. Did you see that? That was some crap right there, man. Yes. Yeah, I did. I understand what you're saying. I heard what you're talking about with those body shots, man. Great. Cyrus Pattinson. It was his debut.
That was his debut?
Yeah, that was a debut match, I believe, for him. It was an excellent bout, man. He was all over him.
It was an impressive debut. Definitely an impressive debut.
Definitely an impressive debut. You couldn't ask for more. You could not ask for more. It was a great debut.
Was that first round? I'm not even sure because I actually missed. I only caught the highlight of that fight.
You only got the highlight of it, eh?
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Hold on, Cyrus Patton.
But again, what I was saying before is to set up a body shot. It's a knockout to the chin. You can throw it from a distance, but for body shots, it's more riskier because you have to get closer to the person, which means there's more of a chance that you can get hit back.
Definitely.
So you got to really make sure you set it up properly. Not just I spoke before about setting up with straight punches, but it's also the footwork, the foot stance, making sure you're in the right foot position to throw a shot. Because again, if you throw it and you're leaving yourself too wide open, you can get counterpunched that much easier. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a second round stoppage, 157. Was it Markov? Markov was down prior to that 2 times in that round. So three times down. That kid looked good, man. He's able to play those levels really good, man. He controlled the center of that ring really well, and he just unleashed these vicious body shots, man. And it just goes to show you how much body shots really really helped that game.
Exactly, especially doing it earlier in your career against the lesser competition, having the confidence that you can do that earlier on.
Definitely, it's a tool. It's a tool that sometimes goes underrated. You know, and it really does open up opportunities for everything that we love, which is those vicious knockouts, man. You know, without body shots, we wouldn't have those great knockouts, man.
Exactly.
It's the key to having these guys literally drop their hands because they don't want to get hit in that body no more, man. They'd rather start taking in the head.
And the reason why the body shots are so devastating is because, like, you can brace for it. You know, if I look at you and tell you right now, okay, I'm gonna punch you in your stomach as hard as I can right now. Of course, you're gonna stand there and brace for it. But if you're not paying attention, you know, boom, and then get caught. Like, you know, you've all been winded before playing some sport. You know, when you can't breathe. Yeah, it only takes like 30 seconds to recover, but in the boxing, all you got is 8 seconons to get back up and start fighting again. So
you got to be careful too that you don't poop.
Yeah, that's happened. I've seen that happen before, or smelled it happen before.
Yeah, me too. So speaking of that, well, these are the two knockouts that we're going to pick between. But let's talk about the Shakur Stevenson fight first. I thought it was a little disappointing. I was a little disappointed in it. I'm happy that it went to Stevenson. I was really impressed. What were your thoughts, Cedric? What do you think?
Again, as far as the future of boxers that are coming up, I definitely think that Shakur Stevenson is one of the top guys that's going to lead the next generation of good boxers coming up. He's looked very impressive. Again, every time I watch him, I forget how young he is and how early he is in his career for how mature his boxing skills are. Not just physically, even his composure. Like he's mature for his boxing skills, and maturity is in the ring is beyond his age level. With that being said, defense is on point, counterpunching is on point, but he's only counterpunching one punch at a time, because he was hitting him back, but it was only one punch, and he had plenty of opportunities to finish him off, but for some reason was not doing it. This was my first time hearing of his opponent. I did a little bit of research on him, watched his last fight where he lost to an opponent who looked like a B- level competitor. And he got stopped actually, like in the 11th round, I believe. So that's why I was pretty confident that Stevenson would put up like a highlight type knockout. Like, I don't like to bet money on fights, but I would have bet money that it would have been a highlight KO.
Again, I thought at one point there that it looked like it was going to go a little that way, but again, the whole stepping on the feet, that was a really big thing, and you know what? At the end of the day, I heard stop stepping on the feet too many times in that damn match. It was so annoying. And you know what? I don't doubt that threw off the rhythm and the flow of how that fight should have went.
Yeah, definitely. That was. Go ahead. My bad for cutting you off.
But as a trainer and everything, and training people, it doesn't take much pounds to break a foot. It's a very dangerous thing. That's one thing that's always dangerous about orthodox and southpaws getting in the ring together is they're always fighting for that lead foot space. Because they need to get to the outside to be able to get that power punch in, and it can be dangerous. But man, last night it was annoying, man, because they just couldn't get it going.
Because even like the one punch counter punching that Stevenson was throwing back, like he could have easily landed 3 or 4 more in that combination, but Stevenson was showing him too much respect. If that makes any sense. Like he was fighting him like as if he was fighting his opponent like as if he was a crazy undefeated knockout artist, and he really had to be careful. Some fights you do have to do that. If you're fighting, people like whatever, hard punchers, Golovkin, Canelo, Wilder, you have to be cautious of it, but not this level of competition. That's why I was kind of disappointed.
you know what? I'm happy to see that he came through with the win. I do like him.
100%,
He is,
yeah.
he is the future of the sport, and it's nice to know that we're leaving it in good hands. You know what I mean? It's nice to know that the new crop of guys coming in, they're impressive. They're impressive, and it's what boxing needs right now. We've seen some amazing highlights from these big guys, man. And I think the heavyweight division is going to get exciting again. I'm excited to see it. We got these little guys coming in that are just debuting and just knocking people out, man. It's excellent. It's excellent.
The little guys, the big guys the big guys are the big guys. Of course, we all love watching big guys. The little guys a lot of them are making noise right now.
Yeah.
Real quick, to Stevenson, he's looking to unify with Jamel Herring or Oscar Valdez. Those
next.
would be
those are like one of those guys next, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping for Valdez because that's Canelo's trainer. I mean, he's in Canelo's camp.
Yeah,
he just had an impressive win himself against Miguel Burchelt, I believe it was.
That was a great knockout.
Knockout of the year, I believe. That was
it won the knockout of the week award here.
100%. That was this year, right? That was 2021.
Yeah, that was this year.
Yes.
That was devastating.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see Stevenson get in the ring there with him, definitely. And it's going to test him. It's going to test him in that fight for sure.
Definitely.
He'll have to put him away. Right now Stevenson's a 50% knockout artist. Got to get those numbers up, man. But he's still young, man. He's still young. He might not have his big man strength yet.
Exactly. That's what I mean. We forget how young he is. He's still in his early 20s. Like, he went to the Olympics, I think, at 17.
And won silver.
Won a silver medal against the Cuban at 17 years old. From then, I knew this kid was going to have a bright future, man. As long as he stays focused, of course. There's always those talented boxers that kind of lose their focus.
So that being said, let's talk about another big weird thing that happened. The Ritson card. Ritson fight, towel thrown back. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Bring me. I didn't watch it over again. I watched it. I was watching it right up until I believe the 9th round or 8th round, and then I had to go. And then I heard about what happened afterwards.
Yeah, me too. I actually lost connection, and I had somebody read it to me, tell me play for play. But it was kind of a weird thing.
So time out. The corner threw in the towel.
Yeah.
And the referee threw the towel back and said that let the fighter continue.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly what went down. It was a little weird.
How is that even?
I don't know.
I
think what I heard was somebody explained it is that the corner can call the fight. They can end the fight.
The corner cannot call the fight?
They can stop it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't even care. Bottom line, whether they can or not, if my fighter I'm the coach, I know my fighter. If he's not looking good and I know he cannot continue, I throw in that towel, the fight is done. There ain't no let's see him if he can take more punishment. I'll get in the ring. Like, if that was me, I would have got in the ring myself. I wouldn't just stand there and be like, oh, well, the referee was going to say he's going to let him continue. I would have physically got into the ring. Because that, again, this is a sport. This is not life or death, man.
Exactly. You know what? There's no money worth going into a coma and passing away over.
Exactly. Again, of course,
it's not great. So what happened was last night is Ritson. He looked like a broken man. So his corner or the referee they didn't look like they were going to show compassion, but then they kind of did. Ponce was nonstop. He was miles ahead of Ritson. I believe he was like, he almost won every round. He was so ruthless. Ritson goes down. The towel comes in. Steve Gray ignores it. So Ponce drops him another 2 times, and then finally the fight is stopped.
Drops him another. See, that referee should be banned. Like, I don't know, man. Again, I'm all about, me, I'm all about safety first. The ref, no. that just makes me mad just thinking about it. Like I would have, as a coach, I would have physically got into the ring and stopped the fight, whether I get suspended or whatever fine I get to save my fighter's life. You're gonna find me for saving my fighter's life, then go ahead and do it. But that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a little nuts. Amber here, who's talking in on the side, he's got it right, man. Referee refuses to stop contest, loses towel, tosses the towel out of the ring after Louis Ritson's father tries to save his son. He looked like a battered man going into that round. He was outclassed, man. He was outclassed.
From the opening bell. I like even the second round. It was close, maybe close enough that you could have gave it to Ritson. But other than that, yeah, he just looked like he didn't have it anymore. And I heard the commentators saying stuff like he prefers guys that stand in front of him and as opposed to people that move around in that box. But I mean, again, that fighting in that type of style is not good for your career and for your well-being.
Definitely not, man. Definitely not. Wow. Like Ritson's corner, man. They were furious. I heard that Gray went back to the dressing room afterwards, after the fight was over, to explain, I guess, his actions. I don't know. I haven't heard anything else about it. I've been busy, looking up fights today. And
I'm gonna look more into it. I'm very curious to hear that referee's
what his reasoning was. Yeah,
because I don't. Again, as the coach, your fighter. The referee doesn't. The referee might have ref that boxer before, but you don't know him personally like the coach does.
Right.
The coach would know. You just know if the guy, if your female or male can continue anymore. So that just angers me just thinking about that.
A father knows his son.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And he looked like a battered man. He looked battered. He looked like he went through hell, man. He looked like he had been to war, and he was. It's just it's something I've never seen. It's the first time I've seen it. So
his father is his coach too. His father.
I believe his father was in the corner. I don't know if it's. I don't know too much about Ponce. I just know that
that's even double emotional. Just thinking as a coach plus as a father.
Yeah, it's a rough thing. I definitely am going to look into this. I'm definitely going to let our fans know. It's something that I've never seen before. Like throw a towel in, it gets thrown back at you. That's kind of ridiculous, and then your fighter gets dropped 2 more times. That can be cause for brain damage, man. That's very dangerous. The outcome of that, being concussed and then standing back in front and then being concussed again, you haven't even recovered yet. It's very dangerous, man. I'm kind of mad at that ref. I really want to hear what his reasoning was for what he did.
Again, the name of this show specifically is Knockout of the Week, so we're looking for that, but in the right way, in the right way, right?
In the right way. So definitely, we're gonna look into it. We're gonna let the fans know, but we are gonna pick our winner.
I'm going with sorry, is it a V or a B? Babich or Bavich?
Babic. I think it's Babic.
Well, him. That's who I'm picking as my knock. The Viking. No, the Viking. The Savage. The Savage. That's it.
The Savage.
Bavic.
Babic the Viking. Babic the Viking. Yeah, man. That's our knockout for the week, bud. Honestly, Chambers was on that rope hanging up, but he was hanging, and he got dropped twice in that round. And
against big punches like that, you want your jab has to be on point. You have to have a stiff jab. It can't just be a touchy jab. It has to be a stiff jab, moving around, and you can't chill against the ropes. What up, Carl? The Croatian Babic. Yes, okay. That's his last name. You can't hang out against the ropes and let him tee off on you like a heavy bag, because that's because it was in the combination that he caught him with. It wasn't just It wasn't just one single punch, which I believe he could have knocked him out with a single punch, but it was within the combination, boom, boom, and then just caught him flush across, and then there was no recovering after that. No 10-second recovery actually.
No.
After that.
No, honestly, this guy's he's a beast, man. He's 30 years old. He's from Croatia. He's 100% knockout artist. He's only been pro, from 2019, and we haven't seen him.
What did he weigh in? Carl saying he's too small. What did he weigh in? Because at the same time,
he weighed in at 198 3/4.
Whoa. Okay. That's closer to Cruiser. Because I was about to say, Deontay Wilder was only like 215 pounds or something like that. So you can be close to that and have knockout power. But if you're under 200, no, that's sad. You're right. That is way too small. But again, guys like that, like this is what I would do with Babish. I'd have him, as exciting as he is. I'd have him on all my undercards for the big boxing events.
Definitely. You know what? He's got to get his numbers up before he can get in front of big names. Follow suit, just like Jared Big Baby Anderson. He's doing the same thing. Rack up those numbers. 7, 8, 9, 10. Stay undefeated.
Yeah.
Have your 100% knockout. Then you'll make your money. But you know what? We're gonna give him huge recognition today because he's the Knuckle Up knockout of the week, man. It was great. I love to watch him. I love to watch him. Dangle Chambers up there on the ropes, like you're taking off your jacket and just putting it up.
Carl say once he gets stepped up. Well, let's give him his flowers now. Let's let him shine right now.
You gotta give him credit right now because he's doing what he's doing and he's undefeated and he's still knocking people out every time, man. That's what it is.
It is. Well, hopefully we'll see how many levels he can keep this streak up until.
True.
Right? Especially remember, this is at the cruiserweight, like 198. That's under 200. So he's at the cruiserweight division. Usyk's not there anymore, so there's not anybody that really sticks out.
Exactly.
So he has a chance to really make some noise at the cruiserweight level.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? I love these guys that are young and undefeated and who we don't know.
With that being said, Carl, don't forget Evander Holyfield came up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, right? He was small, but he was able to make that transition. That the skill level obviously was a little bit, but Holyfield was a little bit more, but yeah.
Yes, definitely. Well, it's about that time. So next week we're doing the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Knuckle Up fans around the world.
Yes.
Do it. Like it. Share it. Jab that like. Click subscribe, and knock us out those comments. Carl, thanks for stopping by. Amber, thanks for the comments. We'll do it next week.
Thank you for everyone in the chat. Thank you for taking time to watch this right now. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Stay tuned. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. Knuckle Up at 4, Mike Orr. Stay tuned. We're dropping new shows soon. Stay in touch. Check us out. We'll see you tomorrow. Knuckle Up.